Hello, today's Friday, May 1st, and I'm Chief L.J. Fusaro, reporting once again from the Groton Emergency Operations Center. In the next couple of weeks, we may take a break from doing these weekly updates until we get to that point where we're starting to reopen everything. If there's anything urgent or important that we need to share with you, we'll certainly do that. But if you don't see us next week or the week after, then please don't be alarmed by that. We're still doing all the things that we need to do. We're still holding our weekly updates with our key staff here in the town and our unified command meetings. However, there's a couple of things that we've talked about the last couple of weeks that I want to reiterate. First, we're still seeing motor vehicle theft, so please lock your cars, take your keys in. If you see suspicious activity, please report it. We told you about some scams that are going on, particularly related to COVID-19. If you get an email or a phone call or alerted to something that you didn't solicit, please be cautious. Don't immediately respond to it. If it is suspicious, you can certainly contact us and we'll look into it. We want to make sure that you also remember about the governor's recent executive order about wearing masks. If you're out in the public and you can't achieve that 6 feet of social distancing, that's when you need to wear the mask. If you're out for a run, you're out walking, you don't have to have it on so long as you have that 6 feet of separation. If you're out by yourself, then you're all in pretty good shape. But if you're in a crowd or in an area where you could be in a crowd, you should have it on because it's not just for your protection. In fact, by wearing the mask, it helps prevent substances, droplets being broadcast out that could make someone sick. If you're asymptomatic and you don't realize that you have the virus, you could be spreading it to other people. So please wear that mask when you're in public places, when you're with other people. Now for some good news. First, you've been hearing in the public media that there is now the potential to be opening things up within the month of May. Right now, the governor's office has put out a target date of May 20th. That is subject to change, clearly, based on what happens between now and then. But the good news, particularly in our part of the state, in the London County and in the Groton area, is we've seen that that curve is flattened. We haven't really hit our peak yet, at least that's what we're learning from our health officials. But the good news is that the efforts that we've had going on here in southeastern Connecticut and in the Groton area in particular to lessen the spread by wearing masks, by social distancing, by doing all those best practices that we've heard about, has been productive, and it has helped us keep it down here in this area. So thank you for your efforts in that, but also know that as we move through this month, there's going to be several things that are looked at by our state officials and local officials to determine whether that is sustainable, that May 20th date that we want to try and loosen some of the restrictions. Now, again, it could change, but there are things that play into that. So please be conscious of that. Continue to do those things that help lessen the spread, but also make you and your family and your counterparts safe. Keep safe. Expect this to be a graduated reduction of restrictions, maybe some changes to executive orders, but it has to meet that criteria. Some other information that I want to share with you is that our planning, Parks and Recs Department, is still planning for the summer. And they're looking at camps, beaches, things like that we've right now got restrictions on. They're doing their due diligence to see what we can do to make sure that those are available. There are going to be restrictions undoubtedly on how that is rolled out, but we're gonna wait and see how things play out in the next several weeks, but expect to hear more on that. Again, that's a quick summary. I want to thank you for your efforts to keep this down in the Groton area. We appreciate your work to wear your masks, to make sure that you're taking care of one another, you're looking out for your neighbors and your friends and family. But that will conclude this week's briefing. I want to remind everybody, wash your hands, wear your masks, take care of one another, and remember we're all in this together. So thank you and stay safe.